Oh, we live. It just pop
Yeah.
on. All
Oh,
right.
well, we'll do it next time. Ah!
All right, boom. We here, man. It's the first one, man. We here. The first one, the token and the truth. So we got
Renee.
we got some viewers coming in. And guys, look, we're gonna before we really get into it, we're gonna let some people come in. So let's kind of start let's introduce this whole foray. Let's introduce this whole foray. All right, so this the token and the truth. I am your host, Freddie B TV, Freddie B, and I'm here with
The lovely lady Drea Renee. We're so excited to do this. We're going to have some fun, explosive topics, aren't we, Freddie?
yes, 100%. So, guys, if you're wondering what this is, now this is we're gonna talk about relationships. We're hopping into the ring, we're hopping into it, but I really feel like we're bringing something different. We're bringing an extra little
I
something to it.
agree.
We're talking about relationships, and we both have strong ideas, and because this started from a talk in a parking lot in LA last year.
But we
It
should talk
started
about
from
how we
there.
met first before the parking lot.
We so I mean we gonna get into that. We gonna
Yeah.
get into how we met, but we give people an idea of how this whole thing came about. It started. We talked and we had some strong opinions, which I have some strong opinions. I'm a traditional male, and then my lovely co-host here is a modern woman.
Medicinal is a phrase I would like to coin. I know that you're over there doing the modern and traditional. It is possible, Freddie, to be
It's
a
not
hybrid. Yes, it is. It's absolutely possible
a
to be
hundred
a hybrid woman
percent.
that is able to be a little bit modern, have a little couple tidbits over there, but also say, hey, I can do some traditional things as well. That's absolutely possible, Freddie. You don't have to. It's
It's a
just
100% not possible. 100% not possible. But we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get um into that. We'll come back to that. But let's get into what you talked about, how we met.
okay.
So we met on a reality show called Exile. We met on a reality show called Exile, and some of you guys watched it. It was on WeTV. And so, yeah, we shot that in 2015. It aired in 2016, and it was a show about people came with their exes. Five couples came with their exes. I was on there with an ex, reality TV, not an ex, but for all intents and purposes for the show, she was an ex. So I'm on there with her, and then in the middle of the show, we have 10 singles come, and that's where Drea comes in. I met her on the show. She was one of the 10 singles, and I'll let you pick up. So you come onto the show.
So I come onto the show and looking at all these couples, we are there to essentially stir the pot. And we did a little bit. And
Mhm.
Freddie and I met on the show, and his ex, I mean, are we going to say her name? I mean, I guess we can say her name. It's out
I,
there.
I guess so.
We'll just call her your ex for now. His ex was a colorful character. I'll just say that. And we had some interesting experiences in the show. We ended up leaving the show together, had a great experience. There definitely was some tears and some interesting moments, right, Freddie?
Yeah, it was definitely some tears, and so they come into the house. All 10 of them are standing there, and I noticed Dre also noticed Brittany Minaj as they call her, but it was
Oh, we're gonna
Brittany.
go through all what we noticed. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we want to give people an idea of that initial meeting. We because we on this
Thanksgiving
reality show.
drama.
Hey, yes, yeah, because that was it's on Amazon Prime. Anybody want to watch this? It's on Amazon Prime. You type in Exile, you can check out the show. But like I said, we met and we initially hit it off that first meeting. I saw Brittany Minaj, but I ended up hitting it off with you. I hit it off with Margot, and I hit it off with who else? I can't
Margot.
remember. I know it was you and Margot and
Only
a little bit. I forgot her name now, but the girl that lived in Vegas, but I forgot her name. So I kind of started getting some traction with you three. But as time went on, you were locked into me. You were Freddie
I was
B.
locked
What's up?
into you.
I mean, what you were you
Yeah, Freddie, I thought you were cool. Okay.
cool. Cool. Okay.
You're making it sound like I was just like obsessed or something.
I didn't say you were. I didn't. I said you were locked into me. That's it. Out of all the guys there, you were focused on me.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I
So
thought we
you were
could.
like,
I'm
huh?
not just saying there were some cute guys there, but eventually, yes, I was locked in. That's all I'm saying.
Eventually, how? Okay, I see what you're doing, but we're gonna look. So the thing is, you gonna that's gonna cause you to get. Because I said it's gonna be homicides every week. That's gonna cause you to get
I
hung
love that
every
you
single
said
week.
it's going
But
to be like a murdering session once a week.
murder, murder,
Is that
murder,
not what
bloody
you said,
murder.
Freddie?
You said what?
Is that not what you said?
Yeah,
Okay, well,
100% what I said.
you said
100% what I said. So that's how we met. We met on a reality show, and since then, obviously, we were one of the few that we kept in contact. I kept, also kept in contact with Lucas, Matthew, who was on the show. He was one of the singles. Lucas was one of the part of the couples. Matt is one of the singles. Shout out to Matt. But I kept in contact with a few, not everybody, but that's how we met. That show was a long. It seemed like we was on the show, man, for like months when it was only 3 weeks.
oh my God. I tell you,
Yeah.
people don't understand with reality TV when they say, "Oh, how can these people be so emotional and so upset when you have no TV, no phone, no connection with other people? You're literally just sitting there with these people nonstop all day. It's gonna create some emotions because all you're doing is talking and getting to know each other. That's all you're doing."
Exactly, and people don't understand when you put the phones down, you disconnect from TV and all of that. People don't understand how much you can get to know somebody in such a quick amount of time. You know what I mean? If we were to take away TV and all that stuff, like, man, you could get to you like people would then be able to be married in like 3 months, like be married,
Oh
and
my
it's
God,
like. It's like
100%.
how's it happen so quick? So we got to really bond very quickly in the overall terms, but in reality TV, each day was like almost like 2 weeks. Each day was like 2 weeks because
It
me
literally was like 2 weeks. And then I had such a different respect for people who get on reality shows and fall in love because it's so easy to sit on your couch and be like, she's only known him for 3 days, but really it's like 3 weeks.
exactly. So we got to bond really quickly and really intensely on the show, and then that laid the foundation to where like we still know each other today,
Yeah.
even though we're not currently dating, but
No, we're not.
So, but we do have our thoughts on relationships, and
We have
so
some very strong thoughts on relationships.
yes, and so here's the thing. Let's hop right into it. You brought up. We don't get into. We got 5 people watching. Let's get into it now. Let's go. Make sure y'all invite people. Tell people to come because also, guys, if you want to come up, you want to hop into this.
Yes.
We will bring you in, and you will be able to talk to the person that says something. You got an issue or whatever. Feel free because we about to go in. So the first things first. You said modern and traditional medicinal.
Yes,
Woman.
Freddie, a modern and traditional woman. You can do both.
Explain.
Okay. I don't think that it's just one category that you have to be in where you can only be a traditional woman. You got to do this and you got to submit. First of all, I don't like words like submit. Okay. And I think it's fair to say that if a woman wants to sort of have her own bag, kind of have her own life, and she can do her own things too, it's totally fine with her husband. She can do both, Freddie. She can be a little bit modern, kind of do her own thing, and also be traditional, do some things at home. But together, they can have a happy marriage. I don't think it should be this thing where it's like the man just has to figure everything out. I understand letting a man lead, but those things to me need to happen organically because no one is going to tell me what to do. Okay. Now, I can decide as a woman to go with my man and do something, but you're not going to tell me I have to. I don't think so. Okay. So you can have little nuggets of both. Freddie, don't. All the sighing is unnecessary. And by the way, there's not one way to do things. Like some men are kind of made for women who have bigger personalities. And then there's men who are like, no, I'm going to come in and da 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 da. I don't think there's only one way to do things, Freddie. There's just not. So
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. We're talking about.
I've been with both types of men. I've been with both types of men where I've learned to be a little bit more, not a lot of experience in that, to be fair, but I have had some experiences where I'm like, all right, like I can take a back seat and chill. But as you can tell, even in our setup of this podcast, I'm very much like, oh, I got it. Let me do it.
Right. And so here's the thing, what I would say, people's personality is different than the relationship. Like you got personalities, like the guy might be outgoing, the woman is not. The guy is an introvert and she's an extrovert. All these different things. That doesn't speak to the structure of the relationship. That doesn't speak to
not involve the relationship.
Because here's the thing, marriage is a business. It's a business. So you have a CEO who leads, and then you have branch off from the CFO, COO, vice president. Yes, the leader. You have the leader, the de facto leader. Now that de facto leader might be a bigger rock, like in sports. You might got somebody who's a big rah-rah person, like Tom Brady. Big rah-rah. He gonna get in your face. He gonna go at you like that. And you got some people who like to lead more so by example. They more quiet. They're not the big rah-rah type. They're not gonna go all off and be yelling and poop, fart, and spit and all that. It's just that's the personality. But the thing is the structure is still there. It's still this person is the leader. They lead. So going to what you said about being I keep thinking about metrosexual, but medicinal.
Tell everybody, take the phrase, hashtag it, make it real. Medicinal.
You might need to copyright that first, but it's out there now. Medicinal woman. The thing is, there's a lot of confusion with that. It's a lot of confusion. Because the thing is women today, that's the problem with a lot of women. They like to take the best of both worlds.
All the women.
They like to take the best of both worlds. They want to take the best of being modern, the best of being traditional, and then combine them together. And it's like, no. Why can't the man take the best of being a modern man and a traditional man and combine them together?
I love that.
But listen, those two can't coexist. They can't coexist. You can't have a man who wants to be modern and traditional, take the best of both worlds, and the woman do the same thing. You can't.
You don't think you can have a household where the guy does certain things, the woman does certain things, we combine a couple things? Why not?
Listen to what I just said.
Okay.
Listen to what I just said. Let me put only my face on here so you can listen to what I just said. All right, put only my face on here. So, medicinal woman. Women want to take the best of both worlds. So what I mean by that is women. We talked about this a little bit before we hopped on a little bit. Women want to make money and be independent and make their money and have their money so they can do whatever they want with their money. On the flip side, that's the best of both worlds. They want that. They want to be totally independent and I ain't got to depend on nobody for nothing. I got all my own money. But on the flip side, then they want to take the best of being traditional where they with a man and a man is paying for everything. Their man is paying for dinner, paying for this, paying for that. And she don't have to come in her pocket. She's not expected to come out of her pocket. And so
what do you mean?
So the thing is that's taking the best of both worlds. If the man was to take the best of both worlds, then it would be like, oh, I want to make the money. I want to have you depend on me, but I'm not going to pay for everything. You pay for stuff. You
Freddie.
Take me out. That don't you can't mix the two. You can't mix the two.
Freddie. Freddie, you can have whatever sort of agreement that you want in your relationship. There are all kinds of agreements that people have. There's different structures.
That's not logical.
Freddie, how can you say your opinion on a relationship is the only way that a relationship can be?
That wasn't an opinion I just said. That wasn't an opinion I just said.
What? I'm sorry. It's a fact. You can speak to all Freddie, I love you and I love your conviction. It's amazing, but you're kind of being delusional.
No, I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. Let me say it again. Listen. How can a woman? Okay, look. So here's what we're saying. Let's go back to what we're saying. We're saying that a woman can take the best of being modern, the best of being traditional, and then be with a man, who wants to take the best of being a modern man and the best of being a traditional man.
But
and
if
they
those
both
two
can
people,
coexist.
they can do whatever they want to do, whatever the best is for those people. I do not believe I will.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you a question. Can you travel east and west at the same time?
Freddie, obviously
And,
not.
and
That's a
that's
silly
my
question.
point. That's impossible to do. That's my point. You can do whatever you want, but you can't. Like you can't go east and west at the same time. You gotta pick one. You
Freddie,
can't go left
obviously
and
you
right.
have to pick one, right? So somebody's always going to have a little bit more of a leader figure in a relationship. All I'm saying is it's not as simple as the man leads and it's the only way. It must work this way. I know
It should work that way.
that's your opinion.
No, that's facts.
Oh my God, Freddie. I know people who are in relationships who we will get on this show where I know, Freddie, oh my gosh.
Just look, just because you know some anecdotal information, that don't dispute what I'm saying.
Freddie, what are you
N-
talking about?
Nothing in life is definite except for death and taxes. Everything else has an exception
Okay.
to the rule.
And to your point that nothing is definite, you can't definitely say that your idea.
No, nothing is absolute. Nothing is absolute except for death and taxes. That's the truth. Nothing is absolute.
Okay, that's true. Death and taxes, of course. And not every single relationship means that it has to be in this one cookie cutter box, and that's the only way. That is not true. People have all kinds of relationships. What about people who are polygamous, Freddie? What about those people? That's not for me. I'm not trying to do all that. What about their rules and their regulations and how their household works? There's all kinds of combos in that.
Wait, time out. So they're polygamous. How does that change? The man leads, the women follow.
God, Freddie.
That doesn't change. We see that in Africa all the time. You got the man with 6 wives. The 6 wives follow the man. The man protects and provides for his family. He's the leader.
I agree with you on that. All I'm saying is that it
doesn't change anything.
In homosexuality, it might. What if they're all women?
I don't like men. I'm talking about men. And when you talk about you like women, I didn't know this. This is new information. Breaking news right now.
Different scenarios, Freddie. Scenarios.
Yeah, homosexual relationship. That's something totally different. I ain't talking to that. I can't talk to that.
I understand that, but I'm just saying they're all different.
Can you talk to that,
Freddie? I'm just saying that there are different dynamics that can work. That's all I'm saying.
No.
And I think that the only way a relationship can work, I'm not saying it doesn't maybe make sense. I'm just saying there's different kinds of relationships in the world. And you can't say the only one that can work is the only way. That's insane. I'm sorry. I think it's insane.
So, and that's the thing. That's one of the things in life in the world now. Like people got this amoebic thing on anything could be anything. Like matter of fact, last year, do you know what the most searched term in Google was?
What?
Woman.
Okay, now that's a different beast. Okay.
Is it? You open Pandora's box.
How did I open Pandora's box, Freddie?
Because you said there's no situation where this is the only way. Like it could be whatever somebody wants it to be.
The comment that you're making to me is where I come in with the modern and traditional. Because like I see where you're going, I see what you're doing, and I feel like gotta reel it in. And you're saying you can't do both. But you can do both, Freddie. You can have different versions of a relationship that can still work. Because times have changed. Things are not the same. It's not women just staying. How are you shaking your head? I'm living in a place by myself that I bought. I don't have a guy here with me. Do you know what? Oh, okay.
Continue.
So you're saying because I bought this place by myself, therefore, you are out of your mind.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
Do you think your current situation is advantageous for a man to come into?
What are you talking about? So because I own my place, this is gonna
listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. I'm asking.
You know what?
Do you think your situation is advantageous, is welcoming for a man to come in and be your husband right now?
Welcoming to come and be my husband. You know what, Freddie, with the right man?
I'm asking.
Yes, I do. With the right man, yeah. with the
I
wrong
mean,
guy.
like, see, and that's what you're trying to qualify it and say with the right man. Like, of course, we know that. Like, not the wrong
right
man.
now it's going to say, oh, Drea's got her stuff together. Good for her. And by the way, if he has a home that's a little bit better than mine, we'll go to his house. We'll rent my house out.
No, 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 no. No, you going past what I'm saying. I'm talking about you meet a man and y'all get married and he comes to live in your house. Y'all start the family in your house.
Okay, what's wrong with that, Freddie? It's my house. Whatever.
I'm asking you. But that you think that's great and that works for you. So this man comes. So who's supposed to be the provider and the protector and the leader of the house? You or him?
Why can't we both lead and protect the house?
You can't. You can't both lead. Somebody got to be leader. Okay. Okay. I got another question for you.
Okay.
Where in history has there ever been multiple leaders and it worked out?
Freddie, I don't know the answer to that question, but
Any business history. Name me one time.
Leaders.
Who?
People have two people at the top.
Who?
You don't think there's any business? Oh my God.
Who? I can name you one.
Okay, go ahead. I don't know the name.
No, but I want you to name me a business that had two heads.
You don't think there's somebody who starts a business together?
Name me a business that's ran by two equal people. Two people are equal at the top.
There's no business that's 50-50.
Name me one.
Okay, I have a friend. He has a clothing company called CMP Clothing Company. He's 50-50 with the investor, and he's the guy who does everything. They're 50-50.
The investor just invests money. He runs it. He's the leader.
No, he has to talk to him about the decisions that's happening. They have to figure it out together.
That doesn't dispute the fact that he's the leader.
Who's the leader?
The guy who runs the company, your friend.
Freddie.
He's the leader. So for example, okay, got you.
Wait, all right. To make a decision.
All right, let me break it down for you. Let me bring myself back up. All right. So let me break this
screen up.
Let me break this down for you, Drea, Renee. Break this down for you. All right. So you had Nordstrom's, which was they were ran by two people at the same time, had two leaders, equal leaders. Nordstrom's, the department store. This was like not anymore, but this was like I think it was like last. If you look at their stock price, you actually if you pull up Nordstrom's stock price, I bet you could probably guess when they had two equal leaders. But it was like about 10 years ago, roughly. And then you also had Ben and Jerry's. Wait, I'm still up. Wait, hold on. Let me bring you back up before you speak. Let me bring you back up. And you also had Ben and Jerry's. When they started. Ben and Jerry started the company together.
Okay.
And so Ben and Jerry started the company together, but if I'm not mistaken, Ben became the leader and Jerry was his support. In Nordstrom's, they had two CEOs, two co-CEOs, chief executive officer, which is the leader of the company. Two, their stock price started to slide because of the direction of the company was muddled and they were actually starting to lose money, misprojection after projection. The stock price slid. Then they decided to pull out of it and then name one of the co-CEOs who was willing to take over the company. The other one became the COO and they appointed him, restructured, made one the CEO, one the leader. The stock price shortly thereafter rebounded and then it was back on their earning projections. So those are two examples of two companies that had two CEOs who saw immediately this is not going to work. We need to have one leader and then have support, COO, CMO, all your different people. And so the thing is what a lot of women do, which you just did, is they confuse. What a lot of women do is what you just did. They confuse being a leader with a totalitarian, not even a dictator, with a totalitarian. A leader knows how to lead the company. It doesn't mean that whatever you say is go. He doesn't talk to nobody. He sits in the room all by himself. He just be shooting off stuff to do, and everybody just does it. That's a totalitarianism government. That one person, what they say goes.
Yes,
dictator.
That's what I feel like you're saying.
Nobody's saying that. I've never said that, and I've never even applied that. That's not what a leader is. And the thing is a lot of women. Because the thing is a lot of women that say what you said. A lot of them have been with men that suppose they hear somebody like me talking, and then they go and pick wrong men on their own, try to vet a man and get burnt, and then come back like, no, men ain't niggas ain't all this. It's like, no, the men you chose are trash. when you should have had them vetted by a man, preferably your father. If not your father, trusted men in your family.
Okay, you said something earlier that was really triggering to me. And you said to me, you go, and I wanted to save this point for the podcast because you said to me, and I was going to wring your neck through my phone. You go, oh yeah, you women can't see game. You can't see game. Only another man can see game. It's impossible for a woman to see game. That is absolutely crazy. Now, no. Let me finish. So a woman can sometimes see game for sure because men do
sometimes.
But men sometimes don't see it either. Whoa, put me back on the screen.
I'll pull you away. 1 second. There you go.
Women also can see the game. We do get ran sometimes by our emotions and we go forward anyway. It doesn't mean that we don't see it. It doesn't mean that we don't see it. Same thing can happen to men, maybe not as often, but you do get little things in your body where you're like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't do this. This is probably not a good idea. This guy is giving me the wrong signals. And we proceed anyway. I will say that that's happened to me. However, it's not like you're going, oh my God, this is an amazing guy the entire time. You do have to have some sense. Now, you got to own your choice. I know you're not giving me the slow eye close. You got to own your choice, Freddie, of saying as a grown woman, hey, this guy gave me all the red flags and I went forward anyway. You have to own that. But my issue is on what you just spoke about, the leading thing, is that people like Andrew Tate, and that's what I want to get into, act like the leading part is what you said, that it is, I make all the decisions, I da-da-da-da. And my thing is, listen, if you have an idea and you want to bring it to each other, hey, babe, X, Y, and Z, cool, we're going to do it together. But it's not like you're going to go decide some big major thing in our marriage because you're the man. It's like, no, we got to do this together, right? So that's what I'm saying. And I do agree with you that on some level, yeah, somebody's going to be more of the like doer and mover and the shaker. That happens all the time, for sure. I understand that point. But all I'm saying is I'm not interested in a situation where someone's like, yo, Drea, I did this. This is what it is. Now, some of that can come through trust, where I'm like, I trust his decision, or vice versa. I trust her decision that she made. So I'm all about that. Sure, cool. Because I've done so much leading in my life, in my relationships. I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest. There are moments where I'm like, man, I just want to sit back, trust my man, and let him do it. So I agree with you on that, like that instinctual thing where I'm just like, I want to sit back and relax. However, I don't think everyone is made that way, Freddie. I don't think everyone's made that way. And that's okay. That's all I was saying.
You don't think everyone is made what way?
I don't think every woman feels that way. I don't. I think some relationships.
Yeah. There's never an example of every person doing anything. So I mean that goes back to my saying, nothing's absolute except for death and taxes.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, generally speaking, because we're generally speaking here. Generally speaking here is the leader can never take a day off. The leader never is like, I don't want to lead right now. You lead. I'm just gonna sit back and ride.
Why can't the leader take?
You can't, because you're the leader. You're the leader.
But what about if your man or your wife is not in that headspace for the day? You want to take a break, babe? You take it.
That is why your man should be leading. Because if you're a woman, if you want to be the leader as a woman, you don't take a day off. You're the leader. You lead all the time, every day. You don't get to sit back and like, all right, babe, you do it. Like, no, that's the whole thing. With
roles can be just back and forth.
Okay, let me ask you, what does it mean to lead? Let me ask you that. What does it mean to lead?
Okay, my opinion of leading is making big household decisions, making decisions for the family, like maybe handling all the finances, making all these decisions. Like that to me is what leading is. But I think in a relationship, those decisions should be made together. Look, I think personality traits, where are we going to dinner? Where are we going to vacation? What weddings are we going to? What are we doing for Christmas? All those things in my mind is what leading is. How are we going to pay for this? Where are we going to buy a home? Where are our kids going to go to school? Now, I don't think anybody should just make that decision. You make those decisions together. Hey, babe, I looked up these preschools. Oh, I looked up these preschools. Let's figure it out together. And now what do you think?
So the thing is that like I say, I think you like it's I think that's really the main thing is with people understanding what a leader is. A leader, whatever the decision is, make sure it follows through. the leader is responsible for the decision. That's
Okay.
what a leader is. Like the thing is, a lot of people get caught up into who say this and who said this. Thing is a leader, you can be married to, your husband, your wife, or whatever. If you're the leader, a leader knows how to delegate authority. You look at, like I said, the companies, the CEO, the Nordstroms or whatever like that. They got people who do marketing, people who do legal, people who do sales, people sell the clothes, people clean the bathrooms, people clean. They do all that. The CEO don't do none of that. Like
Okay.
they got their jobs. They dictate on what happens. Like the CEO is not dictating how to sell this shirt and how to get them to buy more. The CEO ain't even there. The CEO ain't dictating on like, okay, the execution of the marketing. The thing is that all these things come from the top down, from the leader, and then sprout down. So the thing is, a leader of a family could be like, okay, we gotta pay our taxes, and it's the man who's the leader, but his wife is an accountant. So obviously, as a leader, you recognize that, okay, we got to take care of our taxes. My wife is an accountant. So as a competent, smart leader, you would, babe, what should we do? What's the plan? Like, listen.
I'm
Use your listening ears. Use your listening ears.
It's semantics.
No, the thing is then you make a decision. You make a decision, and whatever that decision is, the leader follows through. Because here's the thing: as a leader, you live and die by the decision. So the thing is that if you delegate it to your wife, and then she says whatever, and you just step out of it, and it's like, okay, whatever you say we're gonna do, we're gonna do. As the leader, the responsibility still lies with you. So if something goes wrong, as the leader, you can't go to anybody else and say, "Why? What happened?" Like, you have to fix it. You got to figure out how to get it fixed.
Talk with your wife about it because you guys made the decision together. You can't talk with your wife about it because you made the decision together.
That's what I'm saying. There's sometimes you may not know anything about this topic, and she knows everything about the topic, and you just decide, okay, that is the case. Or y'all could talk, and you could decide, like, okay, babe, whatever you say, we'll do. And then y'all do it and it messes up. Or you could decide, like, I think this and she thinks this. Like, you think east, she thinks west. And you're like, okay, well, let's come into the middle and let's combine both of what we thought. Listen. And you make, as a leader, you make that decision. When you make that decision, if it goes wrong, you cannot go to her and say, like, man, I knew I should have. You can't do none of that. You got to then go fix it. You got to then go make it right because you're the leader. She can sit back and be like, yeah, we should have went with you. But it doesn't fall. The responsibility doesn't fall on her. And you can't go to her and be like, because the thing is, what a lot of people do as a leader, what a lot of people in the relationships do, you have an idea and your partner has an idea, and then you decide, and you, in your heart and your mind, like, we really should be doing this, but you try to placate the other person, like, okay, let's take into account what you're doing, and it might mess up the decision. And so then everything falls apart, and then that person goes back to that person. I knew I should have listened to you. Why you tell me to, man, you, da-da-da, and then go off on that person. It's like, no, you can't do that.
I don't think things work as clearly as that, though, because I feel like if you're making a decision together, listen.
And it goes wrong. I'm only
speaking from my experience. I've not been married, right? So there's that. Don't be giving me that look. I've not been married. So it's like in my relation, I'm so over you. In my relationships, when I was making these decisions or something didn't work out, we sort of dealt with it together. It wasn't like, oh, this was all on the other person or this is all on you. Like, I can't take any blame. Like that would never make sense to me. If something went wrong, I would never just sit back and look at my husband and be like, oh my God, like that's on you. Like, I would
no, that's not, I'm not saying like, oh my God, that's on you, and just be like that. But the thing is that if you're making a decision together and it went wrong because of you, then obviously you don't have the answer, right? Like how, okay, say for instance, we're on the same basketball team or the same football team. And I'm saying we need to be in a dime package. Dime package is 6 defensive backs. That's for passing. That's to protect against passing. I'm saying we need to go dime package because I'm looking at the offense. I know the offensive coordinator. I think we need to go dime because I think he's probably going to pass. You looking like, no, I think we need to protect against the run because they got this running back and da 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 da. And I think we need to protect against the run. So we need to do a 5-2 defense. That's 5 down linemen and 2 linebackers and less defensive backs that are fast. And so those are 2 opposite defenses. But then we're going back and forth. I'm like, okay, let's compromise. Let's do a nickel. So we'll go in the middle, and then they run a play and gash us. Obviously, you are off base with what you're reading. I am on base with what I'm reading, because then they throw a pass play, and they throw a pass play to the person who was covered by a linebacker who is slow, and then they run and score a touchdown. When if we had the dime, he would have the DB in there, and he wouldn't have burnt them. So the thing is that if we got to make a decision, and then one person compromises and it goes wrong, then obviously the person who had it right needs to take over and then basically say their idea, say whatever they want to say, and then they got to fix the problem. But as a leader, if something goes wrong, it don't matter who make the decision. You make the decision or somebody you delegate it to. As the leader, the responsibility falls on you. Like, you have to then go out and then work yourself to the bone or whatever the case may be to fix it, to fix the issue.
I just don't think my brain is capable of doing that. I think with my personality type and whoever becomes my partner, we're going to take on things together. Now, maybe
you don't have time to do that all the time, though, as well. Like, think like
equally take it on, Freddie.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, like, that goes wrong, and then because obviously you got to fix it. It's an even bigger problem. But time has ran out. You got to go back to work. You got to go do this. Like, you can't just continue to sit by my side. We both dedicate ourselves to this one thing where initially we dedicated ourselves to it. It went wrong. Then we both still there, but then got to do even more work to fix it. What about everything else in life?
The leader is the only one who can fix it.
I didn't. You're so absolute with your wording. I don't know where you get this absolute. He's the only one. No, what I'm saying is the responsibility falls on the leader.
Correct.
I see. The responsibility falls on the leader. It's just like I said, just like in business, when things go wrong, people looking at the CEO like, no, you can't have no bonus. Like, why you get a bonus? Like, the stock price is falling. That's why CEOs' price and their salary is tied to the stock price. Because the stock price, that's the barometer for how well the company is doing. The stock price going up, the company is doing well. It's going down, it's not doing well. So if it's going up, then they get their bonuses. If it's not, then like, no, you don't get your bonus. But the COO, the CMO, the VP, junior VP, their salaries aren't tied to the stock price because they aren't the leader.
I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying I don't think that there's one way to do things, and
it's very amoebic to you, and it's like, we don't know, and there's
I'm not saying we don't know, Freddie. I'm just saying everyone's personality doesn't fit in one box. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not talking about personalities.
How does personality not play into the dynamics of a relationship?
Because different personalities can lead. You can have an introvert lead, you have an extrovert lead.
I understand
everything in the middle.
But
all those type of people can lead.
In a relationship who can equally lead, and some days you take on X and then some days I take on Y. Like, that is absolutely possible.
But what I'm saying is, who makes the final decision? Like, so for example, if you're driving a car with your husband, and you drive up to a point and you either gotta go right or left. Your husband say, we need to go left. You say, let's go right.
On that specific issue with directions, I would just let my husband do that because I'm terrible. Like, whatever you say.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's the thing is everything isn't as blurry in general. Like, there's some things that are very clear cut.
It's situational, Freddie. It's situational.
Listen, and I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is, I'm paring it down for you. There are some situations that are very big and it's very nuanced, but there are a lot of situations that aren't nuanced. It's either right or left, hot or cold, black or white. What are we doing? And so in those situations, who's making the final decision?
I think it depends on the situation.
How does it depend on the situation?
That's my opinion, Freddie. It depends on
the situation. But what I'm saying is, a lot of times,
the one you just mentioned about the directions, take it. Don't care. I don't know. It depends, whatever. Financial decisions, we got to figure this stuff out together. Maybe he wants.
But what I'm saying is, you're not telling the truth. You're being disingenuous.
How am I being disingenuous? How?
Okay, if you mean to tell me we driving up to a 3-way stop and it's either right or left, and we're going
You
to.
make the decision. You make it. I don't care.
I'm saying like, but in your mind, we're supposed to go right. I remember this,
If I
and like,
know Freddie, then of course
but I'm saying you feel like you feel like because you like, hold on, wait, I've been here before. We go to Monaco. You been to Monaco or Malta?
Monaco.
Monaco. You've been to Monaco before, and we driving down the street that you remember. And I remember coming this way, and in your mind, you like, we should go right to get to the place. But I'm like, oh, for whatever reason, I'm saying like, no, we should go left.
Okay. And then I would say, babe, I know that we should go right, but you want to be a ding dong and go left, then go left. We'll just take longer.
But what I'm saying is you want to be a ding dong. See what I'm saying? And that's that, and that is why the man should be the leader.
Oh. Whatever, Freddie. Whatever. Okay, fine. We obviously have different opinions on who should lead. I get what you're saying. There have been some things that have come to light for me on my very strong personality. But I just think it takes a certain type of man to handle it. And that's just what it is. Who can say my most successful relationships have been when a man had just said, okay, Drea. Drea, okay. Like, I mean, okay. And that's what works best. That's probably what works best.
I mean, so I think in subsequent shows we'll definitely get into that, because I think because there's also a difference in between a quality man and a not quality man. And the thing is,
quality.
Huh?
Are you saying he wouldn't be quality if he was okay? If he said okay, Drea? Is that
what you mean? If you said okay, Drea?
If he was just like, okay, because look, on this point, I will call myself out, because I'll be honest on this podcast. I have a very strong personality, but it's not just within my romantic relationships. It's in every facet of my life. Like, if I feel strongly about something, I mean, I go pretty hard in the paint about it. And I've realized on some things I do need to turn it down. I'm aware of that. I'm still a work in progress, especially in relationships. I'll give you an example. When I moved in with my ex and we were putting things together, I'm so used to doing things on my own. And I remember he goes, Drea, let me do it. And I go, okay. Because he was like, I can put it together, but I'm a micromanager. I'm just like, let me just see what you're doing.
I've gotten a little bit of that setting it up.
A man, Drea. And I go, okay, but let me just check it just to make sure after.
Right. And like I said, that's what we get into, like what I was saying about, you're being at the age you are, being single for this long, having to do everything on your own.
Thank you.
Huh?
I wasn't single. I was in a relationship. Oh, but you mean not married?
You're single. So you weren't engaged and or married.
Okay, that's what you mean. That's,
so you've been.
That's the new. Yeah. You're single. No ring. You're single.
Yeah, you ain't got no jewelry on your finger. No single. No commitment made. Single. All right. So a lot of women, when they get into that realm, especially when they've made means, because we live in a first world country, we live in America. There's an infrastructure set up where it's just currency. It's all based on currency. And so if you're making enough resources, which, like I said, our infrastructure, the resource is currency, is money. And other infrastructures, other places that lack infrastructure, is not just money. But here's just money. It's very simple and straightforward. And so with that being said, as a woman, you can find your different niche to sustain yourself and then to really elevate yourself. But it gives you a false sense of security, because you think like, okay, I already knew about it. I control it. I do this. Because the thing is, money talks, BS walks, we know. And you as a woman, you come with money. A lot of people will just go along with what you're saying because you got the money. You got the resources. And so you're able to control things, because I need to go along with what Drea said, because Drea got the money and I'm trying to be next to the money. Drea paying us, or whatever the case may be. And so that causes a false sense of security, because one, what you just said, you think that you could do everything on your own, when in actuality,
personality type that comes from how I grew up, though.
No, but that's and it's been reinforced, and you've been trained to be like that because you haven't been in a situation, and you were taught that growing up, and then you just kept reinforcing it as an adult. And the thing is at some point in time, like, you have to understand as a woman, like, you can't just be out here on your own. That's not advantageous. It's not smart. It's not the way nature intended.
Said in our parking lot chats, when you went to when you were traveling, and it just sounds so backwards to me. I just cannot fathom this idea. You said there were women that were, trying to build things and start companies, and men are just like, oh, I mean, they're not even paying attention to them. And they're way behind, and that's not happening all the time in America. Women start companies, build houses, do things all the time, right? And then what did you say about if something happens, the world burns down, or we go into like an apocalyptic time, you're going to be like, where's the men? Where's the men? And
thing is, it don't even have to be all that. We are literally one natural disaster from being where it's chaos. We literally just saw it.
I feel like I don't need a man. I don't feel like that. I just feel like I would like somebody to.
You act like it.
No,
same difference.
I do not.
You literally just said it. You literally just said it.
What'd I say? I didn't say I didn't need a man. I
said you act like it. I said you act like it. You literally just enumerated how you act like you don't need a man.
I did not say I don't need a man, and I don't feel like I don't act like I don't need one.
Listen. I didn't say you said it. I
don't.
I said you act like it. You act like it. You literally just said you so used to doing stuff for yourself.
How?
You literally just it was small. It's a microcosm of the whole picture. But you just said you were at the house with your man building something. You just building stuff, and it's like you have a man there.
What do you mean?
My point.
Control issues. Something to do
you said what?
A lot of women have control issues. That doesn't mean I don't want a man.
That's not what I said. I didn't say you didn't want. I didn't say you said it. I didn't say you don't want a man. You want all these women
acting like it. How?
Wait, listen. All these women that are like you want men. They want men, but they want men. They want men on their own terms.
Don't they want women on their own terms?
But it's not equal.
So only your terms matter, Freddie? My terms.
That's a big part of it. Wait, time out. It depends on the terms. It's like, what are those terms? That's my point.
Okay, so why are my terms mattering?
Listen. Because the thing is your terms. What women like yourself that have been doing things on their own, they got resources. I want to focus just on you. Saying there's other women that are like lawyers and CEOs and this, that, and the third, and they're still single. And the thing is that women, those women have certain terms, but they still want control. And the thing is, and that's what I said before, if you want a quality man or you don't want a quality man, the thing is that trust me, there are loads of men that will be with you on your terms. But who are those men? Do you really want those men? Do you really want to share your life with those men? That's the question.
But all this. What about why can't I find a quality man that meets my terms? You're acting like it's either he's quality and it's only on his terms, or if it's on my terms, he's not quality. That doesn't make any sense. You can do both.
You can't. A
quality man can only be on all his terms, Freddie.
No. Look, listen. Like that's the absolute. You dive straight into the absolutes. Only all. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm generally we're speaking generally. One and two. The thing is that you got to understand what men want, and when you start to understand what a man wants, the thing is here's the long and short of it. I'm about to drop a bomb right here. I'm about to drop a bomb for everybody listening.
Freddie B bomb.
Here's the thing. Oh, there go the bell. We gotta switch this to this.
The bell. Freddie B
Here's the bomb. Here's the thing. Women hold access to sex.
Okay.
That's it. Women hold access to sex. Men hold access to relationships. So once again, women hold access to sex, and that's it. Men hold access to relationships, and that's it.
I need a minute.
Tell me where I'm lying. Tell me where that's false. Tell me how that's false.
Okay. Only thing I'll say is that I have been under the idea that a man should set the temperature of where your relationship is going. However, there are women who decide, I don't want to be with this guy, or I do want to be with this guy. That happens. It's only the guy who can decide if he wants to be in a relationship. Oh gosh, what?
Ma'am, sir, you are not getting married until a man says, I want to marry you.
Okay, I get that. Unless, I mean,
and then look, vice versa,
posing. If you're into
vice versa, vice versa. A man ain't having sex with you until you say, I want to have sex with you.
What about women who are proposing to men?
Where's that happening at?
That does happen. I just saw on Instagram.
Oh my God, bruh, come on. Like, really, that's what we doing? Like, we pulling 0.00001%. Here's the thing. Do you want the man that will allow you to propose to him?
Touche, I don't.
There we go. That is my point between a quality man and an unquality man. That's my whole point.
Want that guy.
Do you want the man that's like expecting and waiting for you to get down on knee with him and propose to him?
Absolutely not. No way.
And that's my point. And that proves my whole point. That man you do not want.
No,
the man you want will probably dump you if you even suggest that to him. Suggest out even a possibility. The man you want will look at you like you are crazy and nuts.
Dramatic.
Huh?
He's not going to dump me. You're so dramatic.
But I mean, yeah, I'm being extra. But what I'm saying is that man will look at you like you're like insane if you even suggest you're gonna propose to him.
Obviously, I would.
That's my point. That's because the man that you want, a man of quality, a man of stature, expects certain things because it's a reason why he has that stature. He don't have that stature by accident.
Okay, I understand that, but a woman that's a quality woman too can have her terms and expectations too, the same as him. And you can have two quality people together. You make it sound like, Freddie, if it's a quality man, then the woman has to be sort of this almost beta character, like this other, like this over here. It can't possibly.
I didn't make it. She could be whatever she wanted. Because here's the thing. Men aren't like it's been proven time and time again. Like people have posted stuff, all type of stuff, and have women come in like, okay, women, what makes a good man, or what do you want from a man? It'd be women put long lists of all the stuff they want from men. You ask men the same question, it'd be like 2 or 3 things. It'd be like 2. It don't be much of nothing. Fit, feminine, friendly. Fit, feminine, friendly.
I don't know about now.
Fit, feminine, friendly. That's all a man want.
But where is the space for different types of men? Like you speak in this way that there's one type of man, this quality man, only this type of man. And quality can mean so many different things.
High value man, a man of value.
Yeah, but somebody that you might not think is high value, you know, Julie from down the street would be like, that's a high value man to me.
Wrong. That's incorrect.
I don't.
That's incorrect.
No, I don't.
That's incorrect. Because the thing is that there are specific statutes for high value men, and largely women don't dictate who are high value. Women just want them.
Yeah, but men do all of these things to be high value for women. They don't do it for other men.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you mean? How do they dictate then? Then essentially we dictate.
No, you don't.
How do we not dictate, Freddie? It doesn't make
because as a woman, you want a man, number one, that's respected, that has status, and has provision.
I mean, I don't know.
What? Are you
saying? Respected? Yeah, sure.
Has status and has provision.
What does has status mean? In what capacity?
I mean, it's related to being respected. Like he when he walks into a room, like people like, okay, the more apt that people like respect him, like, okay, like for example, before I give you an example, I was talking to I was in a group of like men and women, and the woman was like, dang, like I actually look for men that when they speak, other men listen.
That is
like that was important. Exactly, because so as a man, if you try to get with a woman and when you speak, men don't listen. Men just be talking over you and they never stop to talk and hear what you got to say. You like, ooh, yeah, I don't want that. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, on that.
That's status and respect.
Yes,
status and respect.
Of course, I absolutely agree with you. And I will say, when I have watched this man who I do not like, Andrew Tate, speak on podcasts and things like that, he does command a presence, which I respect that. Like that totally makes sense. But everybody right now, he's a hot button issue. So everyone wants to hear what he has to say. And he's a cartoon character. So of course everyone's going to listen.
I mean, not but cartoon characters don't demand respect. So you can't call them that because you just discredit yourself.
No, I did not. He does command respect, but he is to me still a buffoon. I think the things that
Yeah,
happen
to you, right?
it's
That's you're
not
making it
just
personal. You're making it personal. You're
to me.
speaking general.
Freddie,
You're speaking general, making
how
it
can you
personal.
say he's not a buffoon? You think this guy, everything he says is that's the end of the thing? That's it?
No, I think he like even with him, like I mean, he's nobody I agree 100% with what they say. I don't agree 100% with what he says. But the thing is yeah, I can't lie that he's not calculated and intelligent. He's
He's
definitely both
definitely
those.
calculated.
He's
Definitely.
calculated and intelligent. He like I wouldn't say he's a buffoon. Let's say that.
I
A,
just
a buffoon, a
I
buffoon.
don't agree with his delivery. I don't agree with like the messaging that he's giving to young men and how they're treating women because Andrew Tate said so. I don't agree with that.
That's fine, but like two things could be true. You can think all that, but then him also not being a buffoon.
I just still
Because
think
the thing is we can't dispute the fact that, like you just said out your own mouth, even with all that, that he commands a presence.
no, he does. I'll give
Exactly.
it that.
So like buffoons don't command presence, don't have a presence, and don't command respect.
That's why
You just disagree with stuff he says, which is fine. Like I mean,
I
like
just think his delivery is such trash, and he's affecting and influencing the minds of these young boys who are calling women all kinds of names, and this whole
100%, 100%.
dynamics is getting so messed up through this ding dong, and it stresses
So
me.
what I'm saying is like it's like a lot of times things happen. You got to take yourself, and I get it. You're a woman, emotionally led. I'm logically led as a man. Here's the thing.
I love this small dig. I love it.
No, it's not a dig. That's just here's the thing. People like to equate emotions to being bad. Emotions aren't bad. Logic isn't bad. You need a mix. You need a combination. That's the yin and yang. That's whole concept of yin and yang. So I'll give you an example. Lizzo.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of Lizzo at all. I don't like. Not a fan of Lizzo at all. I'm not a fan of her at all. Not at all.
0%.
So, 0%. But I can look at what she does and like, okay, like she's made an empire, made a thing out of like what? Like I just found out this girl sing. I've known about who she was.
That, and I just thought that was ridiculous. Come on.
The first time I was hearing about Lizzo, did not know she sung. I heard she was a singer, didn't hear none of her song. Like I don't know if she could sing good or what. I just know she's taken over my timeline and she's everywhere. So the thing is, she get respect from me just off the strength of that. The way she's able to build this career and is not based on music. Like as big as she is, you would think she would have several Billboard charting singles, several, and a couple of Billboard charting albums. She does not. Like when she got big, she had one song. I went and did the research after I found out she had one song that had been out for a long time, and then she started doing these antics, and then the song caught on and then blew up. But the song had been out, did these antics, then it blew up, and then it started going. I think the one I forgot the name of, but the one song she got,
okay,
that most popular one. But the thing is that she don't have a couple of Billboard charting #1 albums. She don't have several singles that have charted.
Let's see how long she's been out. Like how long has Lizzo been out?
She's been a thing for at least the past 3 years.
That's not that long, Freddie.
To not have several charting singles?
I don't know.
To be as big as she is. Like look at Cardi B.
Huge.
Let's compare her to Cardi B. She's probably up as big, like she's about as big as Cardi B. Would you not agree?
Cardi B is a little bit bigger for sure.
She's close. If she's not on her level, she's very close. Cardi B, yes, she is. She's definitely close to Cardi B. She's 100% close to Cardi B. She ain't like Cardi B. It's not a big difference. Like Lizzo got Amazon documentaries, collabs. Like Lizzo has been somewhere everywhere. Like every time she goes somewhere, like paparazzi there, like her love, like the little boyfriend she just got. People, like Lizzo is big time. I'm not gonna take that away from her. She's big time. But the thing is that she's a musician though, and you look at her musician output and compare it to Cardi B then dwarfs her. But
I think that speaks more to the culture than anything. I mean, I love Cardi B, but no, some of her music is just, it's a little ridiculous.
I mean, it's not like Lizzo making some groundbreaking music herself.
It's just the quality is different. I think the quality is different. Like if you go to Lizzo's shows, it's like 14 and 15-year-old girls.
My point,
it's different.
Whoever go to the show is really neither here nor there. But the point is, you compare their musical output and then you compare their star power. Music output is nowhere even close. Their star power is close. And what I'm saying is that is due to her antics. And she's leveraged and capitalized on these silly antics, which I think are not good antics.
Okay, and so you're saying back to your earlier point about Andrew Tate.
Andrew, like so, thing is, and that's why I don't like Lizzo. I'm not a fan. Like, say what you feel about Tate, I feel about Lizzo, but I'm not gonna say Lizzo is a buffoon. I'm not gonna say she a ding dong or none of that. I respect the hustle. I respect her. She killing it and she doing a thing.
Yeah,
it's just I don't like the stuff
influencing women.
She is. She 100% is.
I'm saying in a negative way.
She 100% is. She 100% is. 100%.
Okay, let's not get into that today. Okay.
100% she is.
Well, that'll be another show. That'll be
another show. But she's 100% influencing women negatively. 100%.
We will agree to disagree, Freddie.
She 100% is
on that subject.
She making. Trust me, bruh. She's negatively influencing women.
I don't know.
The thing is it don't directly affect you. It don't directly affect you, so you're not connected to it. It's like, but Andrew's rhetoric directly affects you, so you're more emotionally tied to it, and that's why you feel strongly about it because his emotions.
I don't. It's
100%.
It's positive what Lizzo is doing. It's negative what Andrew Tate.
What's positive that Lizzo is doing?
We're not getting into the Lizzo thing. That's a whole other show.
She went to the Lakers game with her ass out. And she's like 300 pounds.
Whole other.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
So back to Andrew Tate. The thing is that even with him, I don't agree with everything he's saying, and some of the things he says is shock value to get to where he's at now.
Yes.
And he's booming the bucket. But also do you know his backstory?
Where he came from? I watched this documentary on Vice.
So you know what he used to. You know how he got his money.
I thought he got his money from his the online course that he has. I thought and then the webcam girls. I thought that's where he got money.
Webcam girls, right. So he ran the webcam girls. So when you run that, like you can see how men operate with the women. And he's able to like pick out like that's more the thing that really led him to where he's at.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's a big important thing. You learn so much about
think about that culture of men that are watching the webcams. It's like I don't know. And
so the thing is when you listen to him talk, he's speaking about high value men. Same thing like Kevin Samuels. Because the thing is, that's what women want. That's what you want. You want a high value man. It's like the thing is women are disillusioned on their self-worth. A lot of women think that they deserve this very high value man when it's like, no, you don't. You deserve a regular guy here that gets up, goes to work 9 to 5:30, and he comes home and rinse and repeat every week. That's the man you deserve.
On that note, I will say I understand that sentiment, and it wasn't something that I thought. Don't do that, okay? It's something that I never thought about because, again, Kevin Samuels' delivery garbage. May he rest in peace. It was just garbage. I didn't like the way he spoke to him. I think there was just a different way to say it. And I know what you're going to say. The women that came on his show, they were talking over him, doing the thing. And I respect that point. However, I just think there was a different way to deliver some of his messages. And it did make me think, though. And I started saying things like, at certain different points in a woman's life where she shows up and she's like, he better have this and he better have that. It's like, well, what are you showing up with? And it's like, you can't be in said situation and then think that you're going to get this guy in the Rolls Royce who lives in Malibu in a $30 million house and be like, oh, and those things can happen. There's always like the exceptions, but they don't happen regularly. For instance, I had a girlfriend who was dating a guy, and it's so interesting. He comes from this certain type of family in a part of California, and affluent, all these things. And she came from not, she's a little bit more edgy, from the streets kind of vibe. They dated for 3 years, but she was way into what you're talking about, submitting, doing the thing, 3 years of dating, he lets her go. In my opinion, it's like, I think he did that because he felt like she couldn't be the mold of what he wanted in a wife eventually. But he dated her for 3 years, right? But she
Why,
did.
why was she dating him for 3 years?
What?
Why was she dating him for 3 years?
Why was he dating her for 3 years? I mean, she
Who got
liked
that?
him.
Who got their heart hurt?
He was heartbroken too, but he ended it. I don't know why he ended it. I have no idea.
Because but okay, so his heart was broken too. So they both was heartbroken. So nobody did anybody wrong. Sound like it just didn't work. The thing is like like I said before, and I'm gonna keep throwing this in there so we stay on the same page. Women hold access to sex, men hold access to relationships.
I'm gonna write that down. That's actually pretty interesting. I've never heard that.
Yes, 100%. Right. Yeah. Go with it and think about it. Think about it. Think about it.
I will.
So, because here's the thing: as a woman, if you want to get married and you want a certain type of man, then you have to present what those certain type of men want. And the thing is that you tell women that's like sacrilegious. It's like, oh my God, I gotta know what they want. Why I gotta get them what they want? Like what?
Because I think, in my opinion, it's about the framing of that message, right?
That's stupid.
I don't know. I think that, and I get what Kevin Samuels said. A woman's like, he got to be this, da 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 da, and then a man says it, and we're like, oh my God, absolutely not, whatever. But I don't subscribe to that necessarily. There are some things in a partner where I'm like, I prefer this, I prefer that, whatever. But when things just organically happen and you meet somebody and it works, it just does. I don't like this whole idea of like you got to like calculatedly do all these things to get your. I just think that's crazy.
And see, and that's where you start to go into the Drea mindset, because I'm not being absolute. I'm not being extra and absolute with things. What I'm saying is people have baseline things that you got to be at. Like, it's just baseline stuff. You know what I mean? Like as a man meeting a woman, it's just baseline. Like, you have to be attractive. It just is what it is. Like, beauty is important to men. And it's not like with me. I'm not about to meet a chick that is not attractive and it's like, well, I do, no, she's not attractive to me. So baseline stuff is just like, it doesn't work for me. I'm not about to meet a woman that, oh, what about cooking? Like, oh yeah, I don't cook. I ain't doing none of that. Like, you got me bent. You think I'm about to be in the kitchen cooking anything? Oh, well, okay. Ain't nothing for us to talk about. Right. Because the thing is that
those are your expectations.
But listen. The thing is you have to be able to take somebody serious to date them. If you don't take somebody serious, you're not going to date them. But here's the difference. You ready for this one? Here's the difference. Let me get the cameras a little change. Here's the difference.
God, Freddie.
Here's the difference. You got to be able to take somebody serious to date them and want to marry them. The difference between men and women, because the thing is, we like to switch things around. And what about men? What about women? What if a woman did that? No. Those are stupid things to do, because men and women aren't the same. Men and women aren't the same. I'm not a woman. I'm not emotionally led. I don't have estrogen pumping through my body.
Okay. I'm not arguing with you that men and women.
So that makes us very different. So you can't give us the same barometric level, the same bar, and say, look, it's equal. No, it's not. So here's the thing. The difference between men and women is that a man,
oh God,
if he takes you serious, no, matter of fact, we'll start with the women. Ladies first. A woman, if a woman takes a man serious, she will enter into a relationship with him. She will let him have sex with her. She will want to marry him. All right. If a woman does not take a man serious, she will not give him her time.
I don't know if that's true in this day and age.
Oh, what? So you're telling me women give men and hang out, go on dates, kiss, have sex with, interact with men that they don't take serious?
Yes, that does happen, Freddie. It does happen.
In what world?
What do you mean? People date people they're just getting to know, or they maybe have sex with them and maybe they shouldn't have, or whatever. There's like that does
No. I'm saying a woman, she meets a man and she finds out I can't take him serious. You mean to tell me after that she continues? So she met him and she don't know. Let's say she don't know.
In her hot girl summer phase, she might just be like, I don't know, it's just something to do. There are tons of women who have men that are something to do, Freddie. And the generation below us, 100%. That is
So what you're talking about is women that take. The thing is like you keep. I'm talking about generally speaking, Dre. I'm not talking about
right.
like one offs.
That
And
is
generally speaking,
happening. That is absolutely happening.
generally, are there women? The majority of women aren't hoes. You mean to tell me majority of women are hoes?
I don't think that means that they're a hoe, by the way. Okay.
Just letting men be.
Letting women be.
Hot. Do you know what a hot girl summer is?
Well, I don't have hot girl summers, but I'm just saying if that's
You don't have hot girl summers because you're not a hoe.
I don't think if you have a hot girl summer, that means you're a hoe, Freddie. I don't think that. You can keep my opinion.
What is a hot girl summer? What do you think one is? What's a hot girl summer being a hot girl?
Oh my gosh. This conversation can go on for freaking 5 years, okay?
No, I just want to know what you think a hot girl summer is.
A woman being free to do whatever she wants, date whoever she wants, be sexually free and do whatever she likes.
Sexually free. That's liberal talk for a hoe. Let's just call it what it is.
Freddie,
it's fine.
We can agree to disagree.
We're on a podcast. Like, what are you talking about? It's not like we having a personal conversation. If we have a personal conversation on the side, I'm like, okay. I would just say, okay.
No,
and then we're on a podcast, man.
This is my
I'm talking, okay, let me talk to the people out there. Then. I ain't gonna talk to you no more. I'm talking to the people out there. Since you talking about agree to disagree, I'll talk to them. Guys, look, listen. Hot girl summer. Hot girl summer and being sexually free, we all know, it means being a hoe. That means being promiscuous. That means letting a lot of men, various different men, have sex with you. The thing is I'm not even gonna say if that's good or bad or what. I'm not gonna judge that or whatever. If that's what you're doing, that's what you've done. Hold on, wait. You keep interrupting me. Hold on, wait. You keep interrupting me. We got to do this right here. All right. So, look, if that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. But a hot girl summer is a woman being promiscuous, and a promiscuous woman is a hoe, and that just is what it is. Now, that's what a hot girl summer is. So let's bring Drea back. That's what a hot girl summer is. Now the thing is that I'm not gonna say the majority, and generally speaking, women are out here having a hot girl summer and being whores. That's not what I'm gonna say. Because the thing is right. Because I believe and think more highly of women than that. And the thing is I'm also gonna say that generally speaking, the majority of women, when they might let a guy have sex, they might have sex with him, they haven't really got into him. But then the majority of women, when they meet a man that they don't take him serious anymore, they're not gonna deal with him anymore. They're not gonna still hey, what up? Unless now, you let a man, because women are emotionally led. Okay. You let a man have sex and you get dickmatized. He got that hammer and he dropping that hammer on you, and you just and the thing is that a woman, in that case, she might let him continue to beat, but it's very sparingly, and it's until she meets another guy who supersedes him.
That we agree on. Yes.
Now, once she meets this new guy, that's ooh, I like him, I take him serious, then she gonna cut him off 100%. And then talk to him, engage with him, and then okay, I like him better, all right, and shut him out. Because the thing is I got an analogy. I got a lot of analogies, and so all the viewers, you better get used to this analogy. Women and men, and what I just said, are like a jockey and a horse. It's like a jockey and a horse.
Okay. Let me see.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with analogies. Let me say this. Let me say this with analogies, because a lot of people, I guess, don't understand how analogies work or whatever have you. Analogies are for the concept. It's not an equal one-to-one comparison. Like, okay, you make an analogy. Oh, you're trying to say I'm a horse? No, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, because
you're a woman. You're a woman. You're a woman. You're a woman. We know women are women. Women are women. Women aren't horses. I know that. Obviously, I'm well aware. I like to kiss and tongue kiss women. I like to kiss and tongue kiss horses. So, we get that. All right. So analogies are concepts to help illustrate a point. Okay. So jockey and a horse. The guy's a jockey. The woman is a horse. There are some men that have the horse by the reins, and they're not on the horse, but they're just walking the horse. They're like a jockey is walking a horse. He got the reins, and the horse is just following behind the jockey, and he's just walking it. Okay. All the way up to a jockey is mounted the horse and is galloping. He's gone. The thing is that there is always another jockey watching that horse. Especially you got a nice horse. There's another jockey looking at that horse and wants that horse. And he wants to get on that horse. The thing is if you a jockey and you just got the reins and you just walking with that horse, that makes it easy for any jockey just to run up, jump on top of your horse, and take off with your horse. Makes it easy.
Okay.
Now, if you a jockey and you on your horse and you riding that thing hard and you galloping fast, it's damn near impossible for another jockey to come up and knock you off the horse and hop on the horse. Damn near impossible. So the thing is that going back, that gives you that analogy because, huh?
I'm like, where are we going?
That goes back to what I was saying about a woman and a man, because the thing is a nice horse, a cute, attractive woman always has a man in the picture. Always.
Andrew.
It ain't if a woman is because the thing is we talk about what men want. Men value beauty. Number one in a woman, beauty. So the better a girl looks, the more you can bet your bottom dollar there's a man in the picture. Now, if he's on the horse or just walking, she won't let him get on. Every time he get on, like, nope. She buck and stuff, like, get the hell up off me. Like, it's just stand right here and just hold on to these reins, and you can just walk me to the river to get some water, but don't get on. Don't mount me. Don't try to ride me. No, just walk next to me and hold the reins. There's always a man in the picture. It just depends on how involved with the horse he is. Is he on that thing riding it and she locked up, or is he off the horse just walking it? It just depends.
I'm not a fan of this analogy, but I do understand what you're saying.
Get it though. If you're not a fan, that's fine. But it makes perfect sense. You laugh and you like, damn, he's spitting facts. And at the end of the day, if I'm spitting facts, that's all that matters. Whether you like it or not, the thing is everything I say, everybody ain't gonna like.
Okay, let's turn the Sag energy down, okay? Because that's what that is.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Astrology. This has been so much fun. But listen, I think my point of contention with you sometimes is that you speak like everything you say.
Never said that.
It's my opinion. This is my opinion.
I'm telling you, I've never said that.
No,
I don't know why you have that opinion.
How you speak, because I'm allowed to have an opinion. Thank you. So,
but if I tell you, you have an opinion about what I do, Freddie, and I'm telling you, I'm not doing it.
About the way in which you speak, yes, I think that you speak in terms like it's only one way to do something, and I don't agree with that.
The thing is that there are multiple ways to do that one thing, though. That's what I'm saying. There are multiple ways to do that one thing. Like for building a house. If you don't build a house, you can't come like, I mean, so many ways you can build this house. I mean, we don't have to lay the foundation first. We could do this. It's like, no, man.
That's a good analogy.
Right. You build a house. There is a way you build a house. There's a way you go about building a house. You build the foundation first. You don't do anything else. Build the foundation. However, but yeah, you might be building a 6-room house. You might be building a mansion. You might be building a Italian stucco, brick, steel, whatever. Then it's different pieces that you put on it based on the house that you want. But to build a house, there is a method to building a house, and that's what you do. You don't deviate from it.
But all I'm saying, Freddie, is that over time, the way that you build houses, it's not the same as it was 50, 60 years ago. Some things have changed in the foundation, in the chemical. Yeah, oh my gosh, Freddie, that's crazy.
No. What?
The same. The foundation is still there. Pause. The foundation is still there. However, the way you get the foundation, I don't know all the chemicals or whatever you use to build a house, all right? I don't know that. But I doubt the way that you build a house is the same way you built it 60, 70 years ago. It's not the same. It's changed. And I agree with you. You do need to have that foundation. However, it's going to look a little bit differently. And that's all I'm saying. The foundation can be there 100%, but how we build the foundation, whatever components we put into the foundation to make it stronger, to change it. Why are we still shaking your head? How do you disagree with that?
No, because the thing is, you're trying to dodge and ole. The thing is that
I'm right here.
I'm talking about the structure, the logistical way you build a house, how you go about building a house. I'm talking about the concrete, like they use concrete with pieces of iron in it. Now they use concrete with this in it. It's concrete. The point is concrete, and when you build the house, you lay the foundation first. You build the frame, then you fill it out. Now, throughout time, like yes, people want to make money and fatten their profits. So yeah. Oh, so now the frames are more so wooden than before. They were different stuff. You build a brick house, all these different types of things, but the protocol in which you build a house has not changed. It has been the same since houses were built. The materials might have changed, but
that's in your analogy. That is what I'm saying. That matters. That matters because you know what? They build houses differently, and this won't go with your analogy, but they used to build houses better back in the day. But they changed the way they did the structure and the foundation and houses
to make more money.
Strong. Exactly. But it's not as strong as it used to be.
And that's exactly what relationships going on now. They're not as strong as they used to be. Thank you. You said, Fred, look, I'm gonna dive right in. Dove right in. And my point exactly. Everything money has.
We're agreeing. That we're agreeing on.
No. Because the thing is, like, it's not one way to do things. And like, yes, there is one way to do it. When you get into that one way, there's different ways you can do that one thing. There's one way to do a relationship. There's different ways you can do that one thing, but it all comes back.
But my point is that changing the way that you do those things affects the whole house as a whole. That's all I'm saying.
But it's still the same method. So for example, bringing it to a relationship, the man is the leader.
Oh God, we're back to
the woman. It's a line. It's a line like your chakras are aligned. Yeah. Same thing in relationship. Your relationship chakras have to be aligned. Man is the head, then the woman, then the children, and above the man is God. God, man, woman, children.
That structure for myself in some ways, but in some ways, I don't think that works for everyone. I just don't think that.
And so that's what I'm saying. Then what you're saying is that, a house is the foundation, frame, roof. I mean, well, in my situation, it don't work for everybody. Sometimes, some people want to build the roof. Let's build the roof first. Let's build the roof first, and then do the foundation, and then do the frame. It's out of order. Out of order.
You sound like my mom. My mom always says out of order. It's out of order. No.
I see why she says it.
Oh my God, Mom, if you're watching, please.
Out of order.
She already commented, I love Freddie. I'm like, ew.
Because I'm structured. She looks at me like he's structured.
My point is that within that structure, right, it's changed over time. You're like, oh, maybe you could do a house, a roof, and then the foundation, whatever. I agree with you that you have to have the foundation, but it matters that it's changed over time. And
I'm talking about the order. The order is the
same. But Freddie, they changed how they make houses, so it doesn't always.
No, they haven't.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, they have.
The order has been the same since huts, when they built mud huts.
Yeah, but
it's not changed.
You're missing my point.
Because you're trying to be amoebic in general, and we just live and let live. No. Do you know who quote that is? Live and let live.
Whose quote is it, Freddie? Not yours.
No, it definitely ain't mine. So, but what I'm saying is, you agree with that quote, don't you?
No, to some degree, sure.
Okay, good enough. That quote is by a man named Aleister Crowley.
Okay, I feel like I know that.
You probably have heard his name. Google him. Okay. Google Aleister Crowley. Live and let live. If I'm not mistaken, that quote is by Aleister Crowley.
English occultist, philosopher, ceremonial magician. He's a poet. I mean, this guy sounds pretty. He's out there. It's fine.
Yeah, I think he's a Satanist. He's a Satanist too.
Oh.
You just said it. Occult. You just said it. Occult. You know what the occult is?
Anybody in a cult is a Satanist?
It's occult. OCCULT, not a cult. Occult.
Oh, okay.
Occult. Yeah.
That means he's a Satanist.
Look up. Oh my God. So you got some homework to do, ma'am. And we didn't even get this episode. We need to get into shacking up. So maybe I need to change the description.
Yeah,
we need to get into it. We'll change the description. But this is our first one. We talked about some stuff. We had about an hour and a half. So guys, hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Go ahead. I'm waiting. Go ahead. You did it?
Not yet.
You playing yourself? Play yourself.
We're doing it, you guys. This is how we're gonna go out. A little bit of tune.
Yeah, make sure the levels are right. Don't have it too loud. Okay. All right, boom. So yeah, so boom. That's your first episode, the pilot episode, the token and the truth. I've been your host, Freddie B, Freddie B TV, and
Lady Drea Renee at the Drea Renee on Instagram and Facebook.
Exactly. Make sure you guys follow us. Y'all see our handles right here, Freddie B TV from me. And guys, every Tuesday right here, every Tuesday night, 9 Eastern. You know, a little late. We're trying to figure some stuff out. It's the first one, guys. First one, but
right.
it's only up from here. You know, your traditional man with your medicinal woman.
It's medicinal. You can be both. Don't listen to Freddie B.
You can't. You're modern woman, and guys. And like I said, you want to come on the show, we are definitely bringing people on. You hear something being said, you can hop on and spit your piece. All right, guys. So next Tuesday, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific. Be here or be circle.
Bye.